Hey there, and a warm welcome to Get Indie Gaming and to the latest update in this weekly series for VG 24/7. Here we count down 5 of the best and most interesting looking indie games out over the course of this forthcoming week. Up next, we've a slice of sci-fi, a fun looking doodle inspired auto runner, and a classic looking real-time strategy game. Let's begin this week's countdown with The Subject, which launches the first day of December onto the PC. Here we have a single-player sci-fi/horror game from the team at Darkstone Digital. With over a decade of experience within the AAA market and inspired by classic puzzle-adventure titles and science fiction from the 1980s, The Subject features you as the player having been purchased from within a commercial prison auction to become a test subject for the Biomass Labs Corporation. There's a demo available to play of this today, we'll drop a link down in the description. The Subject offers a puzzle-based survival experience that's mixed with horror and stealth-based elements. The release of this demo prior to launch is a nice little touch, and if this type of thing tickles your fancy, it's a worthy view into what to expect when it launches later in the week. Next up at number 4, Nubu comes onto the PC November 30th and promises a real-time strategy game with an environment depicting the ancient Near East. Players will choose from 3 different allied factions, and you'll be able to build, expand and fortify your stronghold to withstand the hordes of enemies looking to do you and all your followers all sorts of mischief, with them growing in strength and tactical nuance as the game develops. In doing so, you'll need to alter and adjust your tactics and play style accordingly. Like other real-time strategy games, Nubu will offer you full control over the in-game economy. You'll be able to create and assign people for farming, agriculture, forestry and mining, with the spoils of which being used to build larger cities, fortresses and maintaining the overall economy. Here at Get Indie Gaming, we like to dip into these sorts of games a handful of times each year, and as 2018 closes out, this looks likely to be the last one of the genre we play before beginning the new year. At number 3, Neutron sings and dances its way onto the PC this coming 29th. Here you play as Newt and are given the challenge with your buddy Kurno to wake the world from its current grey slumber. To achieve this, Newt will need to navigate through and over various platforms, collect items and avoid the perils faced along the way. Each tile you touch lights up using a vibrant colour palette, with this process being helped with the various items you can discover within each level. Music will also play a key role within the game, and as you awaken the world, more and more instruments are added to the soundtrack, with each of the 4 in-game worlds with 6 levels having their own style. Neutron looks to be a fun and wholesome non-violent affair within a cute world of colour and music. The challenge will come from the platforming elements, and it's certainly a casual affair, and one we think would be a fine first step into video games for children or anyone looking for a little piece of light gaming related relief. From a Kickstarter campaign back in 2015, which brought in nearly $150,000 or just over 110,000 Great British pounds, and already 2 years later than initial estimates, Identity from Asylum Entertainment pops into early access onto PC this coming Friday 30th. Billed as a new breed of multiplayer online role-playing game where hundreds of players can interact within a world designed to give you absolute freedom. The initial release will give players a teaser showing off some of the social features of the game. This will include all the intended character customization, player housing, NPC shops and more options to get your character into the world to meet and interact with others. Further iterations coming next year and the year after, before Identity goes into a full alpha in 2021, will, if all goes well, deliver the ability to play as essentially a real person. You'll be able to choose your role and in-game play style, be this for example as a business person, a criminal or even a police officer. There's clearly a long road ahead for this ambitious MMO, and we'll be dropping back into it over the years to see how the game and associated community develops over time. Escape Dudeland, like many in this countdown, launches on the 30th and comes to the PC and the Switch. Having picked up a review code earlier this past week, It's been a good while since we've played an auto runner and platformer as fun and compelling as this one in quite a while, with you moving automatically whereby you control your doodler around the objects and dangers. Make no bones on this, Escape Doodland is one stiff challenge made ever so slightly easier by a buttery smooth control system and the use of well-positioned level checkpoints. However, die 3 times before reaching the next checkpoint and you're sent back to the level's beginning. These disappear when playing the harder mode, which dials the difficulty up, making this one hardcore little game that lasts between 3 to 5 hours. The overall art style is top notch, with the world having been created on a piece of paper, with you being able to see the grid lines as you play through the levels. Likewise, the animations and backgrounds are lusciously presented throughout, with an accompanying toe-tappingly good soundtrack, and very much deserves its place at number 1 in this week's rundown. Well, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out when our videos drop every Thursday and Sunday. See anything here you might pick up? Be sure to let us know in the comments or at Get Indie Gaming on Twitter. Hope to see you all back here soon for more indie game videos.